College students have busy schedules, and so do student athletes. Out of the 17 teams on ACU's campus, ACU Volleyball is on the road the most, traveling 36 days and missing 16 days of school. 2 of ACU Volleyball players are nursing majors, and one of them is a senior. How does she do it? Let's find out in a day in the life of number 12, Corinne Grandcolas.
Good morning to all, and welcome to a day in the life of Corinne Grandcolas. It is about 5:05, and so I'm getting up right now. I'm getting ready for my first thing of the day, which is 6 a.m. practice. Here we go. Heading into practice. Hey yo! Oh. Go Cats! I think in the beginning we had to lay down some rules for the team. That's just how it goes, and I felt like the mom. I didn't feel like the big sister. I felt like the mom coming down with the whip. But I think it's more of a sister, I guess, relationship now, where they do feel like my little sisters, and I know, like, I respect them and they respect me, and they look for my advice, and they want to know what I think about different situations and about different people and how they should say certain things and how they need to handle college, whatever. And I love giving people advice. I love sitting down and counseling people. I think that's a huge strength of mine, and definitely something that I excel in my nursing practice. But yeah, I think in a way they are kind of like my little sisters, and I love that. I mean, I'm a big sister, my younger sister Caitlin, but it's just different when it's a team and you have 14 other little sisters, I guess, to just hang out with. Checked in.
Ready. Where is everyone?
Go. Yep. We just had a fire lesson from Coach Good up in Chapel. How'd you?
Blew my mind.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
I would say I'm a chair one type of teammate.
Yeah.
Which is the best one.
We all want to be cheer ones. So
yeah.
we're working on it.
Yeah.
We're about to go get some food and then go to class.
My team is like my family. They're my second home. They have been just a rock for me. They've kept me accountable in times when I am just so discombobulated in my life with just my schedule and what's going on in my life. They've kept me grounded and helped me make big decisions in my life. They have been everything for me, and I can't imagine not playing volleyball here, but I really cannot imagine not having the team that I've had this year, because they've brought me so much success, and I owe everything to them for my success in, honestly, school and in volleyball. So we have sim days. I have them on Thursdays. So they basically run from 8 till around 3 or 3:30. And this semester they're divided up. So I have pediatric sim lab and OB or sim lab. So basically what happens is you will go into the patient's room with your group of classmates, and we'll sit down and they'll say, all right, who wants to go first? And so if no one volunteers, then they'll just pick, and you'll just be thrown in. And what happens is the professors have made a scenario of this patient is this old, came in with these symptoms, has had this diagnosis, and is at this point in their diagnosis or at this point in their disease process. So what are you going to do to A, make them better, A, make them feel or B, make them feel comfortable, C, try to get them out of the hospital quickly, and be loving, supportive, caring, the things that we're supposed to be as nurses. And it's overwhelming. I mean, there's been days when I've left the sim room, checked my heart rate, and it's been 112. Like crazy, it's been crazy in there sometimes, but it's fast paced, and there's expectations of you knowing what to do when you have not been necessarily given a summary of the things that you need to do to perform well and be a prudent nurse. You don't necessarily have those beforehand, so it's kind of just go in there, figure it out, do on your own, save this person's life, keep them alive, and you'll be good. So it's a crazy day, and eventually we're tested over it, but that initial evaluation is it can get pretty hectic, but it's one of my favorite days because that's the reality of nursing is you're going to go into a patient's room, not really know what's going on with them unless you get a good report from the nurse before. And then the day is young, you know, you have 12 hours with that patient to keep them comfortable and keep them alive. So that's honestly the reality of nursing. It's definitely a team effort to keep me updated and not drowning, basically. Nursing school has a tendency of being very overwhelming. So the professors have just been amazing at this school of keeping me updated and letting me know assignments I'm missing or I'm behind on, or like extending me grace, like I said, it's been great what they've done for me. And my classmates are incredible. And nursing is not a profession that you can do alone, and nursing school is it's not a major that you can be an individual and you have to depend on other people. And especially in my situation where I'm gone all the time and I need communication and I need people to help me out and bring me things and update me, it's a big team effort, and my classmates have been pulling me through since day one, and they have never tired from it. They've never been confused or frustrated with me. It's been really cool to watch them help me so thoroughly and without any anger at all, because sometimes I'm a wreck.
6 p.m. Paris and I are heading into weights at the world-renowned Powell Fitness Center. About to lift a decker. I think we have hang clean up on today's schedule, so about to get some gains. Here we go. Hello!
It's so important in volleyball, just in the aspect of the game can go so many different ways, and a play can go many different ways. And if not everybody on the team is locked in and focused, then who knows how that play is going to end. And it could end up messing up the whole game. And so I think just this idea of being mentally focused in what you're doing constantly and having attention to detail in the little things is so important, especially in nursing. I mean, you give a patient one more, milliliter of medication and it could seriously injure them. It's the attention to detail that is just very prominent, I think, both athletics, in volleyball, and in nursing.
We are headed to probably get food real quick, and then I gotta go coach our champ volleyball game.
Here we go.
Oh, not bad.
It's a tough act to juggle being a student athlete and trying to have fun and being in nursing school. So it's a lot easier in the off season. Being on the charter bus, that's a ball. And we have great times on the charter bus. So
I want my teammates to know that, and just future ACU volleyball players, I guess, that like competing is so great, and being competitive in an atmosphere such as Division I volleyball is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Like I said, it's a big deal, and it's such a blessing. But it should be fun. It should be so fun. And if it's not fun, then I don't think people look at it the right way. I mean, you have to let loose sometimes. You have to have fun with it. You have to know that you're going to make mistakes and learn from them. And I mean, I smile through everything, honestly. Like, people don't think I'm intimidating ever because I'm always smiling. And that's been like the biggest joke of my whole life, is that I can never be intimidating. I'm always smiling on the court. And when I make a mistake, it's like, oh, Corinne's now smiling. Like, does she really care? She made a mistake? Well, yes, I do. But that's just kind of how I cope. And I think that's kind of been the same in high school as it is now, is just to have fun through it all and just to be thankful for where you're at and just the team you have and the coaches who are supporting you. Just like the talents that I was given by God, I think it's unbelievable what I have been able to experience. And I just want my team to know the value and where they are and what they're doing.
Corinne has learned to balance her schedule very well, and for the first time this weekend, she adds something special to her schedule as ACU Volleyball will take on Stephen F. Austin in round 1 of the Southland Conference Volleyball Tournament. If you're wanting to follow ACU Volleyball this weekend as they embark on this D1 journey, be sure to download the Southland Conference app or follow them on acusports.com. Go Wildcats!